Brad S. Sherman, and welcome to our first ever Roundball Roundup, powered by the Telegram. On this show, we'll bring you highlights, scores, analysis, and so much more, all from the world of high school basketball in Jackson and Benton counties. Our first matchup we're going to be taking a look at is the Wellston Lady Rockets in their season opener against Southeastern. Wellston hosting Southeastern in the season opener for both these clubs. Picking up the action in the second quarter, Sammy Ousley grabs one of her 10 rebounds, puts it back and draws the foul. She converted the three-point play. Now more from Ousley. She scores off the nice lob pass from Chelsea McManaway. And Wellston is up 20-12. In third quarter action now, Brittany Newman nails the three to give Wellston a double-digit lead. And then later in the third quarter, it's Jordan Davis with 3 of her 11 points. Taylor Folden had 8 points and 12 rebounds. She lays this one up and in as the Lady Rockets cruise in the opener 45-26. Moving on now to Jackson at Benton County Thursday night, and this one was a good one. Zan Hill connects on a three here, and actually Benton County was red hot from outside the arc, hitting 5 of 7 three-pointers in the first quarter. Jonna Ramey and Caitlin Owings getting into the act as well, and then it's Megan Dixon on the reverse layup, and Benton County leads 19-16 after one. Jackson now in the second quarter answering back. Lydia Poe in the paint for 2 of her 17 points. Kerrigan Hoover grabs this rebound and sticks it back. Jackson led 28-27 at the break. Picking up action in the third quarter, Ramey gets the bounce here in the paint. She had a game-high 19 points for Benton County. And then Owings, who along with Dixon each had 10 for the Lady Vikings, hits this little floater in the paint. But Jackson outscores Benton County 9-2 in the fourth quarter. As you see, Whitney Wills drawing the foul as she makes the layup. Madison Rideout added 16 points for Jackson on this rebound and put back. And then on this driving layup as Jackson wins it by a score of 54-47.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a great game. Our kids really fought hard. I give Benton County a ton of credit. Well, what a great team. We knew coming in, I told the girls before we stepped out on the floor, you're going to get their best tonight. I think they've lost their first 2. I said, one thing to get their season back on track would be beating you guys.
I don't know. I just, it's so frustrating to start out this way. I figured we'd start out a little better than this, but that's the way it goes, and like I said, we'll practice tomorrow and we'll get better.
We welcome in Telegram sports editor Todd Cumston now. Todd, we now have a full week of girls basketball under our belts. We've got to see several teams. What did you take away from the first week? What teams impressed you?
Well, probably the one team that's impressed me the most is definitely the Jackson Iron Ladies. They're 3-0. Thursday night they had to come from behind in the fourth quarter to pull out the victory and remain unbeaten. 2 players that really stand out for me are juniors Madison Rideout and, of course, her cousin Lydia Poe in the post. They're both averaging double figures for the week. Madison is averaging 19.3 points a game for 3 games, and Lydia is right behind her at 16.
And Todd, then the other team that we saw in our highlights, the Wellston Lady Rockets, they seem to be off to a good start, 2-0. What do you make so far of the Lady Rockets?
Well, they have a lot of experience returning with 4 seniors in their starting lineup. Jordan Davis, obviously, Player of the Year coming back this year at point guard. It'll definitely be interesting to see how the Lady Rockets respond when they get into Tri-Valley Conference Ohio Division play with, of course, Athens and Benton County coming in as the co-champions last year. Nelsonville York expected to be a very strong team, and then rounding out the teams in the league, Meigs and Alexander.
And then Friday obviously marked the start of the boys' high school basketball season, and our cameras were out at Jackson High School where the Greenfield Tigers were coming to town. Let's take a look at Coach Kite's debut. Bob Kite making his head coaching debut for the Ironmen against the Greenfield McLean Tigers, who started quickly. Ryan Faulkner muscles up this shot. And then it's John Turner scoring this bucket. He had 8. And then Faulkner again, he led all scorers with 15 points as McLean grabbed a 14-7 edge at the end of one quarter. Jackson trying to keep it close in the second quarter. Rusty Hatton, 6 points off the bench, scores on this layup. Nick Bachtel uses the glass for 2 of his 8 on this layup. Tyler Neal led Jackson with 10 points on the game. But in the end, it was just too much Greenfield McLean as Brent Shannon connects on this 3 in the second half as the Tigers roll 56-29. Let's send it now to Red Thompson Jr., who was in Oak Hill for the Oaks season opener.
An excited crowd welcomed in the 2012-13 basketball season while the band played on and the cheerleaders cheered as the Oaks and Dragons became involved in what would become a good one. As right here, Luke Hammond puts in 2 of his 19 points in the contest. He led the way offensively, while Drew Haslip pitched in 17 points. Right here, Kyle Love scores 2 of his 16 points as he rounded out to double-digit scores for Oak Hill. And the Oaks went on to win this one 60-56 before an excited crowd.
And now for a look at this week's scores. Jackson and Wellston on the girls' side, both still unbeaten. Benton County off to a tough start at 0-3. Oak Hill losing a surprising one, 53-33 at South Webster. And there on the boys' side, you see a few scores of games we did not have highlights from. Wellston and Benton County both losing their openers on the road. And finally, a quick check of your broadcast schedule. Lots of Benton County boys and girls games on Classic Rock 98.7 early next week. And on Friday, a full slate of games. Megs at Wellston will be on Hot Country 97.7. Portsmouth at Jackson on WKOV 96.7. Classic Rock 98.7 will have Athens at Benton County. And then Saturday, the Jackson girls will be on WKOV. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Roundball Roundup. We'll see you next time.